Hope you're all doing well. It is Monday, the 16th of June, 2024. And as you probably know, there's a war happening between Israel and Iran. Israel attacked Iran 4 days ago on Friday and launched a series of attacks to basically uh, cripple Iran's or the nuclear ambitions of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And they then took out a bunch of senior commanders in the IRGC and top nuclear scientists who are working on making an atomic bomb for Iran, and a whole bunch of other people that were top officers, had people basically running their military. The IRGC, in case you don't know, is the Iranian Republic Guard Council or whatever. They're essentially the real army. There's two armies in Iran. There's the so-called army, like the regular army, but they're really quite weak. And they don't really have very much in terms of special training or equipment. And there's the IRGC, which is like their elite force, which really runs all of their terror proxies. They run basically the commanders that train and fund and arm Hezbollah and the Houthis, and a whole bunch of other groups around the world. And they're also the ones that trained Hamas. And Israel managed to do a whole lot of spectacular missions in removing a lot of those people from the equation. And now those people will no longer be returning to the negotiating table as it is. And that leaves pretty much a bunch of second tier people in command. And of course, the leader of Iran, what they call the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has been in power now for 35 years since the death of the first Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Iran. If you remember Ayatollah Khomeini, he was in power for about 10 years. And when he departed the scene, a lot of people thought, oh, okay, maybe Iran will change now. 10 years they've had, and it's been a failure, and who knows, maybe it'll change. But no, Ali Khamenei is even more extreme in many ways and has been pushing forward their nuclear ambition for 35 years. And they got very close to having nuclear bombs, apparently. And Israel said that they found what they call golden information, which means information that showed that Iran had been doing some tests for specific designs of nuclear bombs, which goes against their participation in the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which they are a signatory to. And so that is some of the reasoning that Israel used to launch the attacks. Also because it was known that Iran had been able to enrich uranium already to 60%. And the leap from 60 to 90% is quite small. And they have significant amounts of 60% enriched uranium already. So Israel did not want to wait until they had 90% on any amount, let alone a significant amount, to make tens, if not hundreds, or even thousands of nuclear armed ballistic missiles. And that was the real threat to the national security of Israel. Because you got to remember, Iran has been saying for decades that the moment they have a nuclear weapon, they will use it to annihilate Israel and kill every person living in Israel, destroy the country, which, by the way, would also eliminate all the Palestinians if you care about the Palestinians. And then they say they want to take on the US, right? And they're not that far from having that capability if they have nuclear armed warheads. So, anyway, I will give you guys a a separate update in another. If you want to hang on here, I'll be right with you. Be right with you. I'm just doing something here. Getting something in a shop that is open at the moment. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of activity going on. I've been very busy with a lot of things offline, as one is when one is in my circumstance and here in Israel. And yeah, so it's been quite tough. We've had some nights with some losses, some fatalities, a bunch of injuries, a whole lot of destroyed property, obviously. And it was expected that there would be probably some injuries and or deaths. Um, there's been a bunch of missiles that have gotten through the defense systems because of statistics, really. And they sent a whole bunch of them in what they call a leaking system, and so they were able to slip through the net and land in some places where there were a lot of people living in central Israel and in northern Israel, and that's basically what caused most of the that we've seen so far inside of Israel. You have to remember, the Israeli military literally targets their military. We have started to target their infrastructure, like their energy infrastructure, because they've started, killing civilians in Israel. Israel is not targeting civilians in Iran. Israel does not have a fight with the Iranian people. Israel makes peace with them. Anyway, I'll be right back with you. I'll just end this here and I'll call you guys back later.